So without further ado, I'm going to invite Mr. Muhammad Ali. Let's please welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nadeem. And Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everybody. As Nadeem mentioned, I am a mind engineer. When I was in Shell, I'm originally a mechanical engineer. Let me start like this. I spent 8 years in oil and gas, so Schlumberger and Shell. That was the beginning of my career. When I was in Shell, I went to my boss and I said, I'm fed up with engineering. I was a driller, so I used to drill wells. So he said, what will you do? I said, I'll become a human engineer. He said, what is a human engineer? I said, I don't know. This is back in 2003. And he said, then how would you become one? I said, I am going to find out, the world is going to find out, inshallah, one day we'll have some engineering. So that is how my journey into human engineering started. And from human engineering, I thought it is more of mind. I found out that mind is the actual blessing that the Almighty has given us, and we rely on our brains, not understanding that brain and mind are two different things. So this is my crux of mind engineering. That's how the term of the mind engineering coined. I started doing courses. I did my master's in sports psychology. Then I did NLP, body language, Silva, bars access, Reiki, pranic. I don't know. You name a modality, and Alhamdulillah, I've done all of them. But at the end, I have limited myself to work only on three modalities. And first one is who I am, that I found out through my Silva modality. Second is body language, which I'm going to talk about right now. Okay. And the third is NLP, because Silva taught me who I am. Body language taught me how to understand my emotions, comprehend them, and manage them, implement them. Okay. So not only my emotions, emotions of people around me. And then NLP taught me, you have learned who you are, you have learned how emotions work. Because a lot of times people come to me and say, I want to forget my past, I want to control my anger. We are in the world where we are freaks of control. We want to control everything. So I ask them, why do you want to control? Let me ask this question to you. Is it important to control your emotions? How many agree it is important to control emotions? Now let me rephrase my question. Would controlling give you the pleasure, or management make you a better person? So I tell them, manage your emotions. Learn how to manage those emotions. That is where you will break the ice and be the best. I've worked with a lot of corporates. I was, as Nadeem was mentioned, my last assignment was I was a sports psychologist with the Afghanistan national cricket team during the last T20 World Cup. So if anybody has seen those World Cup matches, whoever is interested in cricket, after winning every match, we took our team to the first time in the history to the semi-finals. So a fat, ugly-looking guy who was running on the ground was me, because I was 100 kgs at that time. And today, alhamdulillah, I am 84. I've come down, okay, and within 1 year, and only by managing my diet, not dieting. I'm managing. So the reason is I'm mentioning this is we need to manage things, but control is a free part of it. Okay, so I'm actually an old man. I forget things, so please do remind me when I ask something. How many types of communications we have? Does anybody know types of communication? Brilliant. Verbal and non-verbal. Now, again, an old man forgets. How much percentage would you assign to verbal and non-verbal? 20% verbal? 80% verbal? Okay, brilliant. The quiet room? 60-40? Let me give you the surprise of your life. Dr. Mehrabian's research is available on net. You can all go and Google it. Okay. According to him, although that research is misinterpreted by a lot of non-experts, 7% is verbal, 93% is non-verbal. We are taught in our schools, colleges, universities, words have power, see what you are speaking. But does anybody has ever taught you what I have written here on my shirt? It doesn't matter what you say. but it does matter how you say. Now, within that 93%, 38%, I'm very bad in maths, 38% is tonality. So, what would be the balance for body language and micro expressions? Any idea? Any calculators? 7 and 38 gone? Come on, you are all mathematicians. 55% is your body language and your non-verbal communication. I was conducting a session here in Dubai in a university. A very interesting anecdote I remember. This guy came to me, the chancellor of the university came to me and he said, "Oh, sorry, Ali, we were like we have timekeepers. We have Rehan as a timekeeper, and then they will say, doom, doom, doom. By the way, I always say, never give a mic to a speaker and one with the beard because they don't stop. So I am both. Okay. So he said, my original time was finishing at 1:15. So he came to me 5 minutes before 1 and said, Ali, you have to close it at 1. I said, why? I've not even started question answers. He said, unfortunately, the buses have to leave early because of some event. Okay. So this is what I did. I said, guys, we had an amazing session. Everybody said, yes. I said, you want to really learn more? I said, yes. I said, okay, ask questions. Everybody was quiet like this. What did I do? This is the non-verbal way of saying, keep your mouth shut, closed my body, closed my legs, put my finger, and that's all I did. And session was over. I didn't have to say, I'm not taking question answers. Right? This is the power of non-verbals. I'll give you a few examples. Normally, when we have a gathering of people like this, how do we normally call? We call out, if you have to call out person, we call out, can you please come here? Can you please come here? Can you please come here? Right? This is how we call out. Science of body language says this is a sin to call anybody with your finger pointing. The way to call is come out, come out, come out. Because from the dark ages or ice ages, when humans used to go from one cave to the other cave, they would only talk to a person in a nice way whose hands they could see. So as human race, this is built in us that open-handed person means he has nothing to hide. When people come and talk on the stage, on the floors, they come and talk like this, hand in the pocket, right? That actually kills your 50% impression. By the way, let me ask you one question. What do you think? 5 minutes left? Thank you. Oh, 5 minutes is too much. I'll kill them. Kill the waves. Okay. When a speaker comes and starts talking, or when you are talking to somebody, how many seconds you think it takes to make your first impression? Okay, less than 1? 3 seconds? 40 seconds? 20 seconds? Research says the first impression happens in 1/10 of a second. First impression. When he starts speaking, it's 3 to 7 seconds. This is research, this is not my work. Okay, Google it. Because now we have ChatGPT also. No? I can't say Google it anymore. It's a sin. So I was conducting one business competition. I was one of the coaches of one of the teams in Spain. Now I'm going to demonstrate the two guys who came on the stage, and I would like you to tell me who you think would have won that competition. So here's the first guy coming. Hi, how are you, everybody? Okay, second guy. Hello, everybody. Who you think would have won? Why? Both guys did the same thing. What was the difference? He started because he knew the stage is from here. So he started engaging people from here, and then by the time he finished, he had covered that part also. And he scored, he was actually, by the way, my team. So, although they came second, why? Because in the technical part they were zero point 0.5 less than the other team, and the team which won was being coached by my colleague, mentor actually. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that this is the power of non-verbals. I am standing here on the stage. How do you stand on the stage? It's a technique. Holding a mic is a technique. I normally don't use PowerPoints. Rehan was asking me for PowerPoint when I was working with Rehan in Pakistan. He gave me a project and he said, Ali, I need PowerPoint, PowerPoint, PowerPoint. So I made a PowerPoint for just for him. I sent him. Then when I went on the first training session, on the first session, and the session started, I put up my PowerPoint and I said, Rehan, this is for you so that you can pay me the money. And yes, guys, do you want to learn or do you want to see the PowerPoint? And after that, it was all me and the stage. And Rehan was like, Ali. So the thing is, when I'm talking to people, I need to have that connection. Why we are here? We are here to network. Network with whom? With humans, right? Humans need that connection. So if I am standing on the stage, if you guys have noticed my feet direction, can anybody see my feet direction? I am talking to this part and I'm talking to this part. And this part I'm facing. This is how critical it is to pivot your feet even at times. Very minor thing. But in your inner conscious, I don't call subconscious or unconscious because this is unconscious, you are dead. Okay? So I say inner conscious and outer conscious. So your inner conscious picks this signal. If I am talking to, for example, your good name? Hari. If I'm talking to Hari and Hari is getting bored and he doesn't want to listen to me, all Hari has to do is, okay, before that, the rule of the thumb is if I want to get respect, I need to give respect. So my torso and my toes should be facing towards Hari. Okay. Now, let's say Hari gets bored and I notice his feet is moving towards this direction. It means either he needs to go to the loo or he is fed up or he wants me to just get out, whatever. So I need to take that signal. In a meeting, I'm sitting in a meeting. If I miss that signal, I have missed the deal. Because then I'm pushing. If he's okay, and no, sir, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. And this is what we do out of desperation. If you can read those non-verbal cues, the whole sale is written on the face. The whole closure of negotiation is written on the face. Even the handshake. Now, can you help me out? Let me show you a demonstration of handshake. This is, come here so that they can see us. This is a normal handshake. Okay? Right? You all agree? But I am superior than him. I want to prove. So I'll do like this. But Daud now has learned he has to counter me. So he will tap my right hand. No, I am equal. I said, no, you still are a student. So he will then re-tap my back. And then there's a video on YouTube which we teach, in our training. I bring that video. It's Bush, Vladimir Putin, and Yasser Arafat. And when Vladimir Putin did the third final tap here, Bush turned him around and said, go in. Go to your seat. This is non-verbal power of supremacy. Okay? People, unfortunately, nobody ever teaches us how to say. We've only learned what to say. By the way, just to let you guys know, Rehan was asking me, Ali, how will you do today's session? I am having cervical spondylitis. C7 is complete pinch. I was using my neck, brace and sitting there. Did you guys feel I'm having that? I'm flying, right? This is the power of non-verbal. And this is the power of giving. When I am in the mode of giving, I don't have pain. I wish I could talk 25 minutes more. No, I'm just joking. 1 minute left. Okay. So I think let's take questions for that 1 minute. Any question? Anybody wants to ask anything on this? Okay. Any question? Brilliant question. See, I have now practiced, mastered the art. But if you would notice, whenever I am talking, my feet will be pivot. I will not my punch words will never be on the walk. Whenever I will have to give a punchline, my feet will be pivot. And pivoting should be according to your shoulder width. Why? Very simple. This is where your balance of the body is. Right? So if you are not pivoting it right, then you are actually inside also, you're giving a message to your inner self that I'm not comfortable. And one more tip on this one, especially when you're talking on the stage, I never ever use podium, never, unless and until it's a compulsion with the podium, and but the podium is of glass, because unconsciously, as you say, I say inner consciously, but as people say, if somebody is hiding behind a podium or a stage or something, it means there's something wrong. That's an unconscious signal. On the contrary, I have a tip for our beautiful ladies around here. When you go into networking events, you at times need to keep people at distance, right? So sometimes upfront you're meeting somebody, you don't want to do that. You first want to know who the person is. You're holding this mic, holding the glass in your hand, okay, is a non-verbal cue that this is my space, do not enter. And last tip before I close, there are three powerful gazes. The first gaze, which is the gaze of power and authority, is between the eyes and your forehead triangle. So if you really want to put a message across, this is where you should be looking. If you want to make person comfortable, then it is between the eyes and your chin. This is your limit. Do not cross that in a meeting. And if you want to flirt, go down. Thank you very much.